the Lord. They were fighting. They were they were taking it out on their employees. They were fussing. And finally God said, you're not getting my attention. You're not going to get anything from me. I'm not impressed. So, fasting, point 4A, the Lord's fast is simply putting down your flesh and seeking Him. So, verse 10, look at verse 10. If thou draw out thy soul to the hungry, and satisfy the afflicted soul, then shall thy light rise in obscurity, and thy darkness will be as the noonday. The things in your life that you've struggled with, issues in your life, where there's been no answer. See, we can get light shed into our hearts concerning things, and we will get this. We will get these answers if we don't focus on wanting the answers, and we just focus on what God has for us, which is more of His presence. See, you can't be in God's presence and not get answers. I'm going to say that again. You cannot spend time in God's presence and come away with unanswered questions. It doesn't happen. One of the things that Pastor has done, and one of the things that I will do, should somebody ever need to come here, or if they need to meet with me here to say, Pastor, I have this issue in life, I can't get an answer about it. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put on some worship music, and I'm going to have you spend about 45 minutes at that altar before I say one word to you. That's the first thing I'm going to do. As your pastor, that's the first thing I'm going to do. Now, why would I do that? Why would I tell you, you spend 45 minutes at that altar, just being quiet before the Lord, and then if you still have a question, I'll talk to you. Why would I do that? Because I can't count the people that has went to pastor with an issue in their life, and pastor did exactly that. He would tell them, you block out 2 hours for me, because the first hour is going to be spent at the altar. And when that hour ended, they came into his office snotting and crying, and bawling. And pastor said, okay, I'm ready. And they're like, I'm fine, pastor, I've got my answer. And they went home. Didn't even talk to him. Now, point is, had they have just done that at home, they wouldn't have had to drive to the church and find out that's all they had to do all along. This is why we're fasting. This is what this fast is for. To open our lives up to the presence of God in such a way that we've never experienced it before. Verse 11. The Lord shall guide thee continually and satisfy thy soul in drought. Make fat thy bones. Thou shalt be like a watered garden, and like a spring of water whose waters fail not. I want my life to be full. I want my life to be fulfilled. I want my life to be satisfied. Verse 13. And again, these are just things that the Lord is telling them if they will do this. Verse 13. If thou turn thy foot away from the Sabbath, from doing thy pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy of the Lord, honorable, and shall honor him, not doing thine own ways, nor finding thine own pleasure, nor speaking thine own words, then shalt thou delight thyself in the Lord. I will cause thee to ride upon the high places of the earth, feed thee with the heritage of Jacob thy father, for the mouth of the Lord hath spoken it. The only thing that we can receive from this fast is blessing. That's it. The only thing that you can walk away from this fast is so much more God in your life that you're saying, Pastor, we need to do this again next year. Why don't we do it in 6 months? Why don't we do this twice a year? This was great. And how God reveals himself to you in some ways, sometimes it'll be subtle, sometimes it'll be big. And sometimes you walk away from a fast just knowing. You walk away from a fast just knowing, man, God is with me this year. God's with me this year. This year isn't going to be like it. You may not come away with any huge revelation, but just an understanding that the Lord is walking with me this year in a way that he never has before. I don't know what you need from me. I don't know. But I know every time I've fasted, I've been fasting, man, for years. I have never, ever ended a fast, ever, disappointed, unanswered, and wondering why I even bothered to begin with. Ever. So, I'm going to, I'm sorry, I went longer than I meant to. But I'm just a couple things. Point 5. What to expect going into your fast. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to happen. I just want you to know that there's a potential for you to deal with mind games and stuff. There's a potential for the devil. In fact, the devil's going to fight you on it. If you've never done this before, the devil's going to fight you on it. I'm just telling you now. You need to go into this ready. Expect your time with the Lord to initially feel as dry as the Sahara Desert. No, the devil is not going to roll over and play dead so you can spend time with your Father and build a meaningful relationship. He is not going to do that. Now, I'm not trying to freak you out and make you feel like the devil's going to jump out and attack you. He's not. I just want you to know that you have to do this by faith. Expect 5b, expect your time in the Word to feel like reading any other secular book. No, everything is by faith, even this fast. The just shall live by faith. Hebrews 10:38 and Habakkuk 2:4. You need to know going into this. Before January 1st gets here, you need to know going into this. Not only is this something that's good for me to do, this is something that the Lord's waiting for me to do. Because there is an aspect of him that he has not been able to show me yet. And as soon as I get this started, I'm on my way. C. 5C. Plan on thoughts hitting your mind and telling you things like, this is a complete waste of time. Why did I allow Pastor to talk me into this? And it cannot be as simple as replacing a part of my regular routine with time seeking the Lord. It just can't be that easy. And yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is that easy. Now the question is, and we have a couple days. So this is one reason why I was so excited about teaching this and the first coming up and stuff. We have a couple days. What do you want to fast? What can you, there's nothing off limits here. You don't have to fast food. You don't have to fast tea. I mean, the one dude, he fasted reading his newspaper. What is something, Fred and I talked about his diet. Fred can't go without food. But he can fast, you can fast something. What is something in your routine that you can omit? Maybe it's something in the evening. Maybe it's something in the morning. It may be, and this is something that I can do, and my wife cannot, it may be getting up 30 minutes earlier in the morning. You may say, hey, listen, I'm not sure what routine that I could omit, but I could get up 45 minutes earlier to seek the Lord in the morning. That's perfect. What are you removing from your routine and replacing it with seeking God? Whatever you take out, put God in. And stick to it for 14 days. Stick to it for 14 days. I'm telling you. It may start out feeling, it may not. The evening of the first, you may be laid up in your room, covered with the Holy Ghost and wondering, oh my Lord, I've never experienced this in God before. Hey, God may knock you on your butt the first day. I pray He does. All of you. I pray He does. I get an email going, Pastor, holy cow. You won't believe what God did to me. Yeah, I would. It may be something that happens quietly over the 2 weeks. I don't know. I don't know where you are with the Lord. I don't know what the Lord, and there's no wrong answer from the Lord. There's nothing wrong. So, however the Lord addresses you, man, that's God. That's God speaking to you. Have your notebook. Have your pen. Be ready to write. Be ready. Say, God, man, visit me. I'm setting this time aside for you. Visit me. I'm ready. And if the first day you spend your time in the Word, and just start reading. Start with John chapter 1. Start somewhere. Just start reading. Just read. And be quiet. Read for about 10 minutes or so. And just be quiet and think about what you read. And then read a little bit more. And then as you go, when you're done with that time, as you keep going, and during your day, you think about what you read. Say, Jesus, thank you for this fast, Lord God. You're going to show yourself to me in a way I've never experienced you before. I'm expecting it, Father. I'm looking for you. I'm looking for you. It's going to be good. My dear brothers and sisters, this is going to be good. This is going to minister to you in a way you've never been ministered before. And I'm excited. My email is in the bulletins. Email me. I'm serious. Email me. I want to know what God's doing, because God's going to do something. Amen. Amen. Yes, and amen.
Amen.
All right.